welcome, my fellow transcendentalists. How's everybody doing? Welcome to New Tarot. I'm Nadi. I'm so excited to be back. Hi, I missed you. Welcome. If you have been here before, welcome back. Thank you for sticking around. I know I've been gone for a while, guys. I just needed to take some time off, and I've still been doing readings, private readings, but I took some time off from the channel. I needed to spend more time with my kid, and you know, she lost her dad in 2020, which has been really hard. So she's needed me. 2020. Aria's here. She needed me, I needed her, so we, you know, I've been dedicating more time to her, but we're doing good. We've done some family therapy, right? And we're doing better. And we're back. I want to thank you guys, for those of you that stuck around. Thank you so much. I'm very touched. I didn't really think anybody would stick around, and you guys did, so I really appreciate it. Thank you. I am open for private readings, guys, but I want to make sure that that you guys know that I changed my email address. I have a new email address. If you've been emailing my old email, you're not going to get a response. I had been dealing with some trolls, if you want to call it that kind of were harassing me a little bit, and I had to change my email. Nothing. I do want to say real quick to all my viewers, guys, be kind to your fellow readers. There's this huge wave of trolls, and there's like this witch hunt that is going around right now, targeting fellow tarot readers or light workers, and that needs to stop, because we are here to help people progress. We're here to help people confront their shadows and help people in their own evolutionary journey, just like we are on our evolutionary journey ourselves. And tarot is a wonderful tool, right, to access the subconscious and give us clarity, right, when we feel lost and when we feel afraid. I not so much on my channel. Thank you so much. I mean, in my channel, all of you guys have been really supportive, really loving, and I really appreciate that. Thank you. If you are, but I have seen in other channels that people get really trolled and really just some nasty people out there, and these are such wonderful readers out there that are really we put our hearts and souls into this, you know, we exert a lot of energy doing this, so, you know, be kind to them, and be kind to all of us, you know. And if you don't like what you're seeing, just go. You don't need to, you know, just go. There's a gazillion other things you could watch, right? But yeah, show some kindness, please. Thank you. If you want to book a private reading with me, my email's down below, so you'll see there. If you feel generous and you want to leave a donation, you can do that too. Thank you so much for all of you that have donated in the past, and that all of you guys that all of you, my clients that always come to me for readings. Thank you. I have very loyal people that come to me all the time. What is it, are you? Over there. Over there. So we have 3 piles today. The reading for today is going to be what do you need to know, right? What do you need to know for the next, I'm going to say the next 3 months, but it could be, you know, it could be for the near future, or it could be for right now. It's going to be a general message. I'm not going to make it about anything in specific. Whatever wants to come through, that's what we're going to talk about. I will make a love reading. I know most of you guys like love reading, but I do want to also do some focus on shadow work and our own personal experiences, because that's what's going to help us grow. I feel like a lot of the times people get so caught up in relationships, and they get so caught up in this whole like twin flame thing, for example, and I do believe in that, but I do feel that there is this level of obsession that is a bit of a problem, that, you know, and people are becoming more obsessed about their twin flame journeys, or they're more obsessed with their relationship and their partners than they are about their own evolution and their own growth. And I think that there needs to be a balance, right? And that needs to be like, okay, enough. So this one is going to be a general message, okay? You can pick 3 piles. For those, you can pick pile number 1, which will be the 20-sided dice. Yes, these are Dungeons and Dragons dice. I play Dungeons and Dragons. I'm a nerd. Look at how fabulous this is.
I'm
You
not
know,
a nerd.
I'm not a nerd. Thank you, honey. I think, appreciate it, but I am. Pile number 2, 4-sided dice. Look at this beautiful pyramid. Isn't that cool? If you're drawn to that one, you can pick pile 2. And then for pile 3, we have the 12-sided dice. Dado de 12. Isn't that pretty? You can pick by number 1, 2, 3. What I like to do, guys, if you can either use your intuition. I personally just listen to all 3 readings and then I discern which one is my reading. You know, because a lot of the times all 3 of readings could have a message for you. Sometimes none of them will. Keep in mind, it's a general reading. General. Do not make a life-changing decision based on a general reading that you watch on YouTube, guys. If you really need the extra guidance, get a personal reading or seek a professional, the help of a professional. This is mostly for entertainment. But however, if you find a message here that applies to your life right now, please take it. Do not force it, because that's going to drive you crazy. But I mean, if you feel like if you feel like one pile doesn't resonate, you're welcome to listen to the others. And if it's not your reading, that's okay. I got you next time. Maybe it wasn't for you. Maybe you don't need a message right now. Okay? There's always the next reading. Or you can book a personal. If you want something to cater to your specific narrative, book a personal reading. For the most part, this is tarot. It'll have a way of talking there should be a message that you find in one of these readings, guys. Remember that if it doesn't make sense right now, come back and watch it at a later date. For the most part, this hasn't manifested yet, but this is a lot of the times people will listen to one of my readings and they'll say like, I don't think that's my reading, and then they're like, oh shit, yeah, it does make sense. Come back and watch it later. Okay. Give this a like. It'll help my channel if you like what you see. Subscribe. That'll be even better. Help support my channel and if you want to see more readings. If you want me to keep making readings, is what I meant to say. Let's try to have fun. Sometimes I like to make little jokes. Sometimes I blow out shit and fucks. I've been trying to kind of like limit that a little bit, but sometimes it happens. If you're easily offended with adult language, keep going. This is not your channel. Keep going. This is not your channel. If you are easily offended with strong content, or if you're easily triggered, sometimes I am going to be touching on serious subjects. And if you find that you are easily triggered or you get easily offended, perhaps this isn't your channel, okay? Because I do want to focus on self-improvement, okay? Let's get started. So again, 1, 2, or 3. Leave me comments. I love to read your comments. Tell me about your experiences, or even if you just want to say hi. I love to connect with you guys that way. And I'm very excited to be back. I really missed you guys. I'm really excited to read for you. Thank you again for sticking around. It means the world to me. I really enjoy what I do, and I'm very excited to come back and read for you. All right, let's get started. Yes. Hello. Okay, so we are going to be looking at those of you that picked the 20-sided dice pile. This is crooked. The 20-sided dice. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I think it's so fabulous. I think this is called a icosahedron. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Don't come at me if I'm mispronouncing. I think that's how it's called, a icosahedron. Either way, those of you that picked the 20-sided dice, el dado de 20. Let's see what message we have for you today. Okay, so we're gonna start with a chakra that the most important chakra right now for you, or you need to be focusing on, and we got the throat chakra. Nice. They're reversed though. Okay, so there might be a block in the throat chakra right now. We'll see more. Let's see. Oh, nice. We got Egypt. Okay. We got male and female. Okay, right underneath Egypt. All right. And then we have surrender to the divine, full moon. Oh, look how vibrant that card is. I love that. Yes. It's very, very pregnant, right? So it's very pregnant. Very big, juicy. And then we have, oh, okay. Ooh, we got step out of your comfort zone. North Node. North Node, guys. Okay. Real quick, for those of you that don't know what the North Node is, if you're not well versed in astrology, I'm sure most of you guys are, but just in case, for those of you who don't really know what that means, it's your North Node is basically in astrology. It's your placement. It's a placement where you start following your life path, right? Which is usually the opposite of where your comfort zone is. You know, you have your South Node and your North Node. Your South Node is where it feels familiar, whatever feels familiar to you, whatever feels natural to you. It's almost like your robotic modus of apparatus, right? And usually there is a opposite polarity to that, to what is your comfort zone, that somewhere down the line in our lives, we peak and there's a transition into something completely different, something that is very opposite of what is the norm to you. Okay, so some of you guys are at a pivotal point in your life right now, is what I'm seeing. It's almost like you reached a peak, guys. There is a like a vortex, even right, and there is an experience, or there is a situation right now that is almost acting as a catalyst for that North Node to take into. It's like they're giving it like a jump start, right? Like a spark, right? Like a spark start. Is that what it's called when you jump a car? Whatever. And with the full moon showing up here, with the full moon, usually when we get that card, the full moon tells us of something a great pivotal moment right now that is going to inspire great changes for you, right? It's almost like you're pregnant. It's like you're pregnant with an idea, or pregnant with a seed, and the seed's about to sprout, right? Whatever that may be. And I do feel, with the throat chakra being here in the reverse, there might be something that's still blocking you, blocking that new level of consciousness that you are approaching, or that you're stepping into. And it might have something to do with integrating your masculine and feminine principles, right? Or the way that you understand them, or your perception of them, which we'll get into in a minute. Look at these two colors and how similar they are, right? They're very like higher chakra colors. And then when I'm talking about chakras right now, guys, I'm talking about psychologically, right? What these like the psychological energetic modality of each of the chakras, because they contain within them a mode of consciousness specific to that energetic field, right? And with Egypt, this is so interesting to me. Okay, so Egypt showing up here with the male and female. So if we think about Egyptian cosmology, right, or the Egyptian civilization as a whole, it's one of my favorites, by the way. Like, if you see, like, you have Nu and Amun are two opposite polarities, right, that are like the yin and the yang. And if we think about the message, a recurring message that we get from Egyptian cosmology and Egyptian culture, was their recurring theme of masculine and feminine being integrated side by side, right? I mean, if you look at a lot of their imagery, a lot of their arts, a lot of their symbology, it usually has Queen Isis and Queen Osiris, right? Or Nu and Amun side by side. And during the beginning parts of that civilization, it was, men and women as opposite sex were very much equals and working together, right, in a very integrated way. And that's kind of been distorted with time for us, right, in our current civilization. And it's been very damaging to our psyche, our own individual psyches. And with the throat chakra showing up here, right, in the reverse, I can't help but state that for those of you that picked this pile, this is a group that has already done a level of shadow work, right? You have already integrated a healthy amount of your shadow, okay? Like, this is, you guys are not beginners here. Whoever you're watching, whoever you are viewing, you're not, you've been doing shadow work, and you've been doing self-work for quite a while. Some of you guys perhaps years, and you have managed to integrate a level of your shadow, which is the first process that you're in Jungian teachings. That is the first step, is usually to address the shadow, right, and integrate the shadow. And usually that is what keeps us in the shadow is what keeps us stuck in our base chakras, right, in our lower chakras, which is the root chakra, the sacral chakra. And it has a lot to do with the I am, right? The I am, the self, the persona. And it has a lot to do with our childhood traumas, our childhood experiences, and how those have defined us as adults. And I feel like a vast majority of you guys watching that are specifically picked this pile have already began a very long journey of self-reflection, right, and self-discovery, and of integration, right, individuation. And you guys have now hit a milestone, okay? And in order to get to the next level, right, which is unlocking incredible amounts of self-expression, right, self-expression and even influence, and a voice, right? A voice of your own, a voice that feels heard, a voice that is inspiring, right? Not just to yourself, but to the world. There is a need to integrate the anima and the animus within the self. I don't have time to get too deep into what the anima and animus is, because it would take me too long. That could be a video on its own, guys. Please look up Carl Jung's anima and animus. I can give you a quick rundown of what those are. So, okay, so basically, to give you like a quick overview, in order for you guys to unlock your throat chakra, right? And because I feel like a lot of you guys may be called to step out of your comfort zone and do maybe some type of creative work, or some type of leadership position perhaps, or something that might require you to speak publicly, or something that may require you to express, right, to express yourself freely and with sincerity and with inspiration. And there is something blocking your voice. There's something blocking your voice. And I'm not saying that you're not creative. You're very creative. I mean, I see it right here. You're very creative, and you have a lot to say, but I feel, there's almost like you're afraid to say it. And it has maybe something to do because you haven't integrated fully your anima or animus. And the anima is the projection of the opposites. Like, for the animus is for a woman, right? How the projection and reflection of the opposite sex, and how we not only how we perceive it, but how it is, how it affects and relates to our persona, right? Because we all have masculine principles, and we all have feminine principles within ourselves, and how those archetypes are influencing our own relationship with the opposite sex, which is a part of ourselves too, right? So I hope I'm making sense here. And actually, me personally, Nadia, I'm relating to this reading a lot. I think this is my pile. And a good way to do this, guys, is, okay, if in order for us to step out into and to express our voice and to express our creativity, we have to have an integrated masculine and femininity within ourselves. We have to be able to see the qualities of the opposite sex that are beneficial, right? that strengthen us, that push us forward, right? And there is a huge block here regarding that. Okay, to give you an example of the integrated animus, which is the masculine, the male principle, right? And when it's integrated and when it is reconciled, right, in its highest polarity, it should radiate as a strong and sustainable ability to build, right? To build and with discipline and conviction. An integrated animus is somebody that is able to make rational decisions and rational and good, that has good problem solving skills, right? Somebody that is able to make a bridge to their creative, a bridge to knowledge and a bridge to their creativity without any problems, right? They can access that side to them without any issue. Somebody that has a strong sense of self, a strong character, right? And when I say strong, I mean firm and assertive. Somebody that can form, that has the ability to form, that they have the ability to form objective thoughts, right, without a sense of attachment to them, right? And they can relay these thoughts in a non-attached form, right? And somebody that is able to put into action ideas. Someone who has, that is definitely rational, that has a acute problem-solving capabilities, right? As somebody that is able to relate to others without any blocks or problems, right? They can easily relate to their peers and exchange ideas without them having to be confrontational, without them having to clash. You know, they can integrate other ideas and also provide other ideas and put them into action. That would be an integrate. I mean, there's many other examples I could give you, but this is just like the more basic ones, right? Like I said, I invite you to go and look up the animus and the animus and the anima, and do your own research on that. Those who depict this style. But so in a displaced animus, right, male principle, and I'm going to talk about the anima next. Okay, just hold on. A displaced projection of the animus would be somebody who may be a know-it-all, right? Somebody that could be a bully, definitely a bully. Somebody that is arrogant or loud. Someone could be really loud, maybe intolerant of others. In some cases, extreme cases, it could register as sadism, right? Sadistic. Somebody who's unable to relate to the rest, who isn't open to understand external perceptions or ideas, and that wants to impose their ideas on the rest. That would be somebody with a displaced. That would be a displaced animus. Forceful and controlling. That would be a displaced animus. Now the anima, right, the female principle, when it's integrated, it would display, one could display a great sense of creativity, right? Like we can access creative inspiration easily. We can self-soothe, we can self-love, we can self-nurture, right, without needing to seek it externally from anyone. We can have an ability to feel great empathy for others without needing it to rule our life, right? We can easily relate and empathize with others and with ourselves, right? When we have an integrated anima, we are nurturing. We can form valuable judgments beyond the realm of rationality, right? Which is very cool. Meaning we can form ideas and opinions that of great value that aren't necessarily belonging in the realm of rationality. But we can also be rational. We can also be integrate that, like, empathy with rationality. We can also make good decisions. We can make decisions for ourselves without having to without having external approval. And then we have it also gives us the ability to feel life, right? To feel our surroundings and feel each other, and our ability just to be happy, right? To feel love. That is an integrated anima. A displaced anima could translate as a block in our creativity, right? We can't seem to get our creative juices going. We have an inability to self-soothe, so we seek external comfort or external approval, right? That would be a displaced anima. We have really bad mood swings, right? And I'm not just talking about a woman, or just a man when I was talking about a displaced or integrated animus, and displaced and integrated anima. I'm talking about both a man or a woman. We have these qualities within all of us, okay? So please, let's be clear on that. What else is a displaced anima? Mood swings. We can be really bitchy. We can be really bitchy, masochistic. You know, like a displaced animus would be sadistic. Well, a displaced anima would be fucking masochistic, right? Yes. What else? Greedy, self-centered, right? Yeah, spoiled, and just bratty. Just bratty, and in all honesty, and then they isolate too, and they have an inability also to relate to others. They feel kind of isolated, right, and misunderstood all the time. So that would be a misplaced anima. Again, these are just very broad examples that I'm giving you guys. So you guys, those of you that are taking this seriously, I invite you to go and research that, because that's going to help you get to the next level. And to give you a few techniques of how you can integrate your heal and integrate the anima and animus. If those of you that have done a level of shadow work, this is the next level. Try and there's a really cool one that I do, but I don't know if this will work for everyone. I will give it to you as an example, but you figure out if it works for you or not. I am a big dream person. I like to interpret dreams. I interpret my own dreams a lot, and I analyze them a lot, because that gives me a great basis of where I'm at. It's subconsciously. So I have a dream journal that I keep next to my bed that I use a lot. And one technique that you can use in order to do this, to see where you're at with that, is anytime that you interact with the opposite sex in a dream, try and write down and then analyze what were the primary traits that you noticed in that person, that opposite sex person. Were they misplaced, mostly misplaced animus or anima, or were they mostly integrated animus or anima? That could give you a really good, and if you and how was that in relation to you? Now, if it's mostly misplaced animus or anima, if it was mostly misplaced, that will give you a pretty good idea what those traits were. Identify them, because that'll give you a good idea where you are with yourself. Because remember, the person that you are interacting with in your dream is you. There is no, because we could see these misplaced traits in other people in our everyday life, and they could be really misplaced, right? But if we see them misplaced in our dreams with the person that we are interacting with in our dream, you can't blame the other person. That's you, baby. That's you with you, right? That is your own projection with you. That's you with you. So that's why I'm saying that this is a very effective way to identify where you are with your anima or your animus. And then once you figure out what those traits are, if you feel, try and find where in your life, where in your past, those displaced anima or animus perceptions came from, right? Could it be from your parents, from your relationship with your mother or your father? Could it happen with your past lovers, your exes, right? With your own friendships and your own friend circles, your teachers, whatever. Analyze those and figure out which were the key players in your life. Sorry, I totally spat. Who were those key players that helped you form that displaced anima or animus in your own psyche? And once you have that awareness, it'll start coming together. Okay, you'll start understanding, because honestly, understanding is wisdom, understanding is power, understanding is what leads us to on a path of self-evolution, which is what we are trying to do here, right? So if you can't do the dream thing, guys, then I think it might be a little bit trickier. You might have to simply analyze your relationships to the opposite sex, and not just necessarily has to be with your husband or your wife or your partners. It could be your relationship with the opposite sex in every level. Usually men, ako no young, usually men tend to just project all of their anima into one woman at one particular time of their lives, and all those archetypes into that one particular woman, and women have a tendency to kind of scatter them around a little bit, scatter their animus into many different projections in many different situations or people. But if you are projecting them all to one person, or if you are projecting them onto a myriad of situations, again, try and analyze, catch yourself, reflect, and say, okay, am I mostly seeing misplaced anima or animus, or am I seeing mostly integrated anima and animus? Because that's going to give you a good idea of where you are yourself. And if you're seeing it, and if most of the people that you are interacting with of the opposite sex are mostly displaying unintegrated anima or animus, then that should be a good indication that you need to work on that, okay? Because if you do, guys, you're going to be unlocking a whole new level. And I see, if you are able to unlock your throat chakra, perhaps you feel like this, if you are imbalanced with your male or female aspects, it is blocking your ability to speak. It is blocking your ability to communicate. It is blocking your ability to communicate creatively and express yourself clearly and without fear, right? And I feel like there is a new level that is, you're ready. You just need to work a little bit on this. Look into a lot of Egyptian teachings, right? Egyptian cosmology, because they display a recurring theme of both polarities being integrated. And if you find that there might be one particular person, right, that you are interacting with that is reflecting this to you, and you're noticing that in them, then you probably have that yourself. Like, oh no, well, I know this guy, and he's, oh, you know, showing all these, you know, toxic masculine blah, blah, blah. That's probably something in you, because that's what you're noticing, right? That's something you need to work out. If you're seeing a female, for example, that is, oh no, you know, she's always you know, being a toxic female, blah blah blah, then then you have a problem with your anima. Because if you didn't, those things will go right by you. You wouldn't even, you know, like, you would see the good, you would see the integration, not the, right? So, because remember that in the end, every single person that we interact with is a reflection of ourselves. They are a mirror reflection, and they are in our life because there is something that they're supposed to teach us, you know, vice versa too. Okay, especially if there's somebody important in your life. I personally think that the dream exercise is a lot more clear, because then you will know that that is just all you, right? Because sometimes we can't, you know, it could be a little hard to discern whether it's you that are just seeing these bad habits or bad traits in another person because of your own misintegrated anima or animus, or if they really are, right? Usually it's somewhere in between, right? A little bit of both, right? But the one, if you're doing it with your dreams, you'll nail it in the head every time. Like I have a pretty good idea where mine are, because I still display, you know, the disintegrated animus, but I have awareness of it, and I've been working on it for a while, and I still fuck up, and it's a lifelong process, right? It's not a competition, it's not a race, you know. I feel like some of you guys are almost there. It says you're surrendered to the divine. I love that. Something here is going to, you know, like something here is about to flip for you guys, and I feel like it's something very positive, because this card is very, very, very positive, you guys. Very positive. It has the promise of maybe a wish coming true, or something that you've been trying to come into fruition is going to be coming into fruition, but this is something that was holding you back. Okay, whether it's an actual situation with a person, or if it's just you with you, right? You need to figure that out. Okay, whatever it is, it's blocking your throat chakra. Some of you guys may have been having some thyroid problems, meaning that you might have, and when you have thyroid problems, you may feel really like fatigued. Your metabolism is really slow. You might have gained a little bit of weight. Whatever the case is, you know, like this influences our thyroid. You might want to get that checked. You know, for some of you. Oh my gosh. Okay. Situation, Five of Swords. Yeah, you might be having some type of animosity, or some type of fight with somebody. Somebody that might be reflecting back to you a level of control or drama, right? And it could be somebody of the opposite sex. Whatever you are, it might be somebody that represents your anima or your animus. Okay. You got the King of Cups reversed. King of Cups reversed could be a person, or it could just be you, or it could be, you know, an energy. And then we have the King of Pentacles in the upright. Whatever this is, it's blocking an abundance, and it might be blocking your career, or your ability to boss up, right? Your ability to focus on your work and on your projects, because it's causing you emotional distress. It's causing you perhaps a level of apathy. It's blocking your creativity, because the King of Cups, as an archetype, is somebody who's very creative and very empathic. And usually doctors, you know, healers, are artists, are King of Cups, and it's reversed. So, and I can't help but see that there's the color of the throat chakra in his clothes. And look, the color of the water is also the color of the throat chakra, and it's being spilled. Isn't that crazy? Look, it's being spilled. So you're wasting your creative expression, or your creative juices, on petty ass fucking fights. Look, visit this, guys. Analyze this. If it is you that is projecting, check yourself. Do not be ashamed. Do not, you know. And if it is you that is starting this, or that is creating this habit out of nowhere, know that there is, because there's something that you need to integrate, and do not be afraid to own up to it. That is the biggest show of strength, when you can admit that you're wrong, or when you can admit that you know, that's not a weakness. It's the biggest. Somebody who is strong can say, "I'm sorry, I was wrong." Only that somebody that is strong can do that. Weak-minded people can't do that, because they're too proud. They have an inability to. Narcissistic people can't say, "I'm sorry." But don't dwell on it. You know, just now that you have that awareness, move on. Because you're about to unlock your North Node. You're about to unlock your life path. And I see you being a boss, man. Being a fucking boss. And whatever this is blocking your abundance. So address this. Unlock your abundance, guys. You might be starting your own business. You might be, you know, CEO. Look at it. It's like grab the bull by the horns. And I see all of these are masculine cards. So this might be a female that needs to integrate their animus. Not necessarily, guys. It could be if you are a male viewer, then you might be needing to integrate your anima. Okay? Because it might be blocking your sensitivity. It might be blocking your ability to feel empathy. It might be blocking your ability to relate to others. It might be blocking your ability for creative expression. And others of you, if it's your animus that you need to integrate, you might be fighting a lot. You might be acting as a bit of a know-it-all, and it is just blocking you from your own work, from your own loop, from your own imprint that you can leave on the world. So surrender, leave this petty shit behind you. Reflect on it. If it's a particular person that's opposing you, that is silencing you, cut that person out. Do not fight with them. Do not. Understand that they were here to show you something. Understand what that was. And remove it. And step into your own path. Okay? Do not allow another person to drag you into their vortex of crazy, right? Because that is diffusing and deflecting your own abundance, right? Your own work. And this could be somebody at your job. This could be somebody at your home. This could be a friend. This could be your partner. For some of you, you will know best who this is. Okay? For most of you, it's a masculine figure because I have 2 kings, and then the 5 of swords is also a man. Doesn't have to be. Okay? This could be female energies too. You would know best who this is. Okay? Focus on your abundance. Okay? And that is what I got for you. 20-sided dice pile. Should I let you go with one last card? Give me one last message for them, please. Abundance! Bro, I can't make this up. Look. Abundance. King of Pants. Dude, I love it when spirit just reassures or backs up the narrative that I'm giving you guys. I mean, if you are managed to work on this, guys, you've already done a lot of work, okay? Whoever you are in this pile, you've already done a lot of work, a lot of inner work, a lot of shadow work. Work on your animus and anima, because abundance is on its way for you. Great abundance, guys, and happiness. Look how happy she looks. How self-assured she looks. How unbothered she looks about things, right? Like she's almost like, whatever. I'm happy. I'm doing my thing, dude. You can do whatever. I love it. Abundance. Letters F, M, what else? T, C, K, P can be S or D can be significance here. A specifically. The letter E can be something to you. We have the number 5, the number of change in numerology, which this is all talking about change. Your North Node is about to go boom. So that is what I got for you. If it doesn't make sense right now, come back and watch it at a later date. I love you all very much. Let me know in the comments if this resonates. And if you like this, like, share, subscribe. Give it a like, guys. That helps me. And I'll see you next time. Okay, hi. Hi, my lovely triangle pile. Those of you that picked the 4-sided dice, el dado de 4, the tetrahedron, right? Very cool, guys. What message do we have for you, my lovelies? Thank you for being here. Welcome, welcome. I've missed you all. Remember this, if this doesn't make sense right now, you can come back and watch it at a later date. This could be something that's happening as we speak at the moment, right? Or it could be something that's coming up for you in the very near future, maybe within the next 3 to 6 months, okay? But for some of you, it could be happening right now, or maybe it just happened. So, you know, remember that time is, you know, doesn't really exist, and it's, you know what I mean, right? Okay, so tetrahedron pile. First, I pulled a chakra card to see which chakra is the most influential for you at the moment, and I'm talking about the chakras in a more psychological aspect, right? A level of consciousness, more so than the energetic modality, but I'm treating it more in a psychological sense. Okay, so we got Sacral Chakra, yay, yes, upright too, nice, because in the other pile it was reversed, but okay, so good. Okay, so open, an active Sacral Chakra for this pile. I love it. You're gonna be, if you've been having a period where you've been feeling a little bit lethargic and just unmotivated, right? Like lack of passion, lack of inspiration, that is going to be changing drastically for you, okay? Let's see what else before I don't want to keep speaking yet. Okay, oh wow, okay, so don't let your past hold you back. And then we have the South Node. Okay, so South Node. I mean, when I think about the South Node, usually this could be your comfort zone, right? The South Node could allude to what has been your modus of apparatus for up until now, like what feels safe to you, what feels normal to you, what is your the overall philosophy by which you've been living your life, right? A set of rules that you've been applying up until now, and what feels comfortable to you. You're going to be stepping out of that, right? You're going to be entering a new period, a very exciting new period, guys. Oh my gosh, I love it. Don't let your past hold you back. So do not let your old ways keep you stuck where you are. Okay, we have, it's time to release negativity. Full moon, yeah, full moon in Scorpio. Damn, that's intense. Okay, full moon in Scorpio. It's time to release negativity. Okay, so when we talk about the sacral chakra, it usually alludes to our sexual organs, right, and our inner child, our creative forces. Perhaps some of you guys are going to be addressing some childhood situations that may have posed blocks for you in your sexuality, right, in your sexual expression, and in your creative expression, and your passion. Perhaps you've been feeling a lack of passion up until now, due to and due to maybe a level of bitterness and a level of anger, right, that you've been holding towards perhaps your family, could be a friend, an ex, right? It could be a myriad of things, guys, that simply has kind of sucked out your vitality, right? Your vitality. Maybe perhaps you guys are going through a breakup, or maybe perhaps you guys are going through some type of therapy that you're addressing these childhood blocks. And a lot of times when we talk about relationships and passion and stuff like that, we usually, when we grow up, we try to find a partner that resembles our parents in some way or another, because we try to resolve our childhood relationships with our parents, with our current as an adult, with our partners. So it's always important to make sure that we have addressed these shadow aspects of ourselves that are kind of unclear to us as before we move into a relationship, because we might be projecting those childhood traumas into our new experiences. And Spirit is emphasizing here that some of you guys will be addressing them or have already addressed them, and that's going to almost wow, you saw the light flickering. That's Archangel Metatron, like agreeing. Okay, so usually these childhood blocks interrupt the flow of our chi, right? Our vital energy, our Shakti energy, which is what invigorates us, right? What gives us that passion, that drive to experience life. What else we have here? Okay, trees. Okay, what else? Greco-Roman. Okay, nice, interesting. Trees and Greco-Roman. What do I make of this? Okay, well, give me a second, guys. Okay, when I think of trees, okay. I'm thinking of family, like a family bloodline or a family tree, right? I feel like some of you guys have been addressing generational family. I don't want to say curses, because I don't think it's a curse. Generational patterns and traditions, ways of thinking that have been passed on from generation to generation that were not necessarily aligning with you, and were posing more of a block than they were giving you some type of guideline to life, right? And these family, it could be family values, it could be traditions, it could be a set of rules, it could be outdated ways of thinking that, you know, perhaps were that weren't necessarily serving you, right? That weren't necessarily allowing you to express yourself freely, right? And for some of you guys, I feel like this might have something to do with sexuality, because we do have Scorpio here, and Scorpio rules the sexual organs, and then we also have the fucking Sacral Chakra, which rules the sexual organs. And there, maybe perhaps you come from a family that's very traditional and that's very uptight in regards to sexuality and in regards to sexual expression, right? For a more extreme case here, some of you guys may have even experienced some type of sexual abuse. If so, I'm so sorry. I know that that's not an easy subject to touch on, but some of you guys may have addressed, you know, maybe got therapy, or maybe spoke to somebody, maybe you've accepted a episode in your life where you felt that you were taken advantage of, or you were the one that maybe did some indiscretion, or whatever it was that perhaps blocked your ability to feel intimacy with others, right? And I see you guys entering this whole new period. I feel like for some of you guys, this might be a new sexual rendezvous with somebody, like a very fun and chemistry driven sexual experience for some of you, for sure, that will allow you, that it's almost like a sexual healing that you might have with someone. Now for others of you, this might simply be with the Greco-Roman here. To me, this is like Greco-Roman. When I think of Greco-Roman, I think of philosophers, right? Philosophy and modern thinkers outside the box. I feel like some of you guys are going to be entering a period of really exploring your the world in a outside of the box point of view. You might be exploring a level of different types of philosophers and philosophies in life. This very ninth house is what I'm picking up here. Like, yeah, a lot of you guys are maybe stepping into your ninth house. I see a group of you maybe traveling and doing some type of research while you travel. You might even meet someone while you're traveling. Remember me when this happens. You might even meet somebody in your travels that you might collaborate with, both in a very intimate, like sexual way, or in a very philosophical way. Like you guys, I see you exchanging ideas that are very out of the norm for you, right? I see you guys studying a lot. I see you guys studying many different cultures, many different philosophers, and really using that openness, right, of alternative thinking to free yourself, right? Free yourself of some type of block or something that was holding you back from your past, and really enjoying yourself. If you've been, like I said, if you've been feeling lethargic, if you've been having a dry spell with your sexuality, that's going to be changing for you guys, okay? Like you're going to be, and I see the number 2 here. Number 2 speaks of partnership. So I think you're going to form a partnership with somebody that is, there's going to be such intense chemistry here, guys, that you guys are really, and being playful. I see you allowing yourself to be playful. I think that for a group of you, there's going to be a particular person or situation that's going to be exposed that's really going to free you. This is going to require you guys to forgive, okay? I know that's easier said than done, right? Especially if you have to forgive somebody that really caused you harm. Understand that a lot of times when people hurt us, it's usually because of their own inadequacies in life, right? And not so much because of you. When we forgive, it's not so much, we're not really so much doing it for them, we're doing it for ourselves. That's freeing ourselves from the shackles of and bitterness of that experience, and understand that our experiences do not have to define us, right? We define the experience, and we give it meaning, and we decide what to do with it. There's a famous philosophical quote that I really used to like, that is, I forgot who said it, guys. Forgive me if I can't remember. I'll look it up after the reading, and I'll put it in the comments. But there's this really cool quote that I like from a philosopher. Forgot who. And the quote says, "There are things in life which a man should never be angry at. The things that we can do something about, and the things that we can't do something about." I think that's fucking brilliant. Let that sink in, right? There are things in life a man should never be angry at. The things that we can do something about, and the things that we can't do anything about. And I feel like that applies here. Let me see what else we got here. Oh my God. Okay, we got the 8 of Wands. Again, this is a very Sagittarian energetic card. Like, and I feel like Sagittarius, the 9th house, it goes with the Greco-Roman. I see you guys traveling. Some of you guys may be traveling, and you're gonna meet someone special. And I also saw the Emperor and the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands. I'm not sure if any of these were supposed to be reversed. Whatever. I'm gonna speak of both both polarities, the higher polarities and the lower polarities of each of these cards. Some of you guys may meet somebody while you're traveling. If you are this Queen of Wands, you may be meeting this Emperor. If you are this Emperor, you may be meeting this Queen of Wands. You decide who you are in this story. I'm not here to tell you who you are or which archetype is going to be defining you. If it's not over traveling, because this is a card of traveling by air, right, an airplane, this could simply allude to online communication, fast, because this is fast, instant communication, right? Instant messages, like IMs, Messenger, text message, social media. Could be somebody you're talking to online. Or for another group of you, this is somebody you're going to be meeting while traveling, or somebody that's at a distance from you, okay? Whatever the case. If you are this Queen of Wands meeting this Emperor, right? And this could be somebody that's already in your awareness, or it could be someone completely new. You know your situation best. I'm not going to clarify too much. I love it. I love how it looks on the board. Look at how this Emperor is. Look at his eyes. How he's kind of like peeking this way. She's completely looking at him, and he's kind of like sitting firm, but like his eyes are like that way, right? Like kind of like look at it up close. See? Funny. Okay, so yeah, there is a you guys, I do see a lot of philosophical exchange between you and this person, and a lot of sexual chemistry. Could be, if you are this Queen of Wands, this could be a person that's older than you. The Emperor could be a male or female or anything in between. It's just an archetype that is coming through here. This could be somebody that already has children, or I don't want to say somebody that's married. It could be somebody that's married. I don't know. You would know best, but somebody that perhaps has been married, maybe more than once. You know, this is the Emperor is an archetype of somebody that has a lot of experience. Okay, this is a very experienced man, and somebody that has achieved a level of respect from their community, and a level of this could be somebody that's a CEO, or somebody that has a lot of experience in business, right? Somebody has achieved a level of material mastery, which is represented here with a color red, with which is the root chakra, right? This is somebody who has mastered the I am, right? Aries, the archetype of Aries. That this person is very well grounded in their sense of self, and has also achieved a level of mastery over their surroundings, over their material experience. Okay, so this person may be sharing wisdom with you, or some of their experience to help you come out of your shell, right? To help you come out, that bring this Queen of Wands, the element, out of you. In a very, they're doing it in a very indirect way. I don't know how to explain. Like not too involved, just kind of like pushing you towards the right direction, but kind of letting you do your thing. This person, if you are, like, again, if you are this Queen of Wands, this Emperor may be allowing you to explore ideas that were very outside your comfort zone, right? And perhaps even teaching you how to release blocks, right, from your past that may be holding you back, maybe holding back your creativity, maybe holding back your personal power, your chi, right? So I feel like this Emperor sees a lot of potential in this Queen of Wands. And I'm not gonna point out zodiac signs, guys. I mean, I know I slipped and I said Aries, but forget the zodiac signs, because I do not want to generalize. I mean, form a sense of prejudice against any, or pro any zodiac signs. Anybody can be this Queen of Wands. Anybody can be this Emperor. Not only Aries, right? Or not only Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. No, we all can embody these archetypes at any point of our lives. Okay. This Emperor might see a lot of potential in this Queen of Wands, and they might even see what is holding them back, and they might just kind of give you give this Queen of Wands a little push towards their own manifestation, right? Because we manifest through our Sacral Chakra. A push through their creativity, and kind of like a little push on how to release the negativities or the setbacks that we had from our past. If there was a altercation between these two, I see that being released, right? If you are this Emperor, right, then there is this Queen of Wands that you're going to be meeting, or that you have already met. Some of you already know who this is. Some of you guys, this is somebody completely new coming into your life. If you are this Emperor, how is this Queen of Wands influencing you? Well, and you could be a woman Emperor, right? Meeting a Queen of Wands archetype person, and you can be a man, or like these genders are interchangeable is what I'm trying to say. Focus more on what the descriptions that I'm giving of the person. If you are the person that's meeting somebody younger, for example, okay, which is this Queen of Wands, somebody that is very, if you're this Emperor, this Queen of Wands is going to inspire a level of passion that perhaps you've been missing in your life for some time. See how like uptight this Emperor looks? He looks like almost bored, right? Like he looks bored of like his kingdom, and bored of ruling, and bored of success, and bored of like his, board meetings. And it's not like, yes, he has everything in his power, but he is missing something, and that maybe perhaps what he is missing is that playfulness. Sacral Chakra, inner child playfulness, right? Fun, passion, and this Queen of Wands is going to inspire passion, a passion that perhaps reminds him of when he was younger, right? And a passion that perhaps she, and this could be a he, okay? But I'm gonna say she because these are the two genders that I see here. Okay, so deal with it. This Emperor sees this Queen of Wands and perhaps sees a level of himself in her, and maybe even remembers being at this point of their life, and is amused by it, right? And the way that these like creative and philosophical conversations and sharing the level of intimacy with each other, this Queen of Wands is almost like reminding this Emperor to make time to play, to make time to have fun, to make time to that without passion, having having everything in the world is meaningless, right? Nothing is going to, so you're gonna just feel like, look at him, he looks like he's itching to get off that throne, like he wants to take off that robe and he wants to go. See how he's wearing his armor underneath, like he's ready to go to battle again, right? Like the good old days where he used to like go and invade countries, and and I feel like this Queen of Wands is going to kind of like bring that passion back into this Emperor, and this Emperor is almost kind of like grounding this Queen of Wands and helping her come into her own, right? For a lot of you guys, I do see perhaps a sexual experience between the two, with the Scorpio and the Sacral Chakra. But for others of you, it's just simply communication, right? It is simply an exchange that inspires creativity, that inspires life back into life back into this really mundane world we live in, right? We most of us spend our lives in a very robotic days, right? Like, I mean, I know I do. Like, sometimes I'm just like, gosh, every day is exactly the same, right? And the interaction between, I mean, this is fire with fire, right? But this is a fire that is already mastered and contained and knows how to be directed towards a manifestation. And this is more of a pure fire, right? Fire in essence. And they're each taking something from the other, okay? There is definitely an age difference between these two. I mean, it doesn't have to be a vast difference, but there's going to be at least, I don't know, maybe 5 to 7 years difference between the two, so you guys have an idea, okay? Again, I keep hearing travel, so for some of you guys, you're going to travel together, and I see you guys maybe visiting museums and discussing, you're going to maybe go see like temples and really bounce off of each other. You're going to learn a lot from this Emperor, and this Emperor is going to feel young again and feel enthusiastic about life again, feeding off of that energy of this Queen of Wands, who is a doer. This, out of all the queens, is the one that gets up from her ass and makes shit happen. She does not like to be sitting down waiting for things to come. No. She gets up and she gets them, and the Emperor likes that because the Emperor's a doer. This is a very matter-of-fact individual here. Very matter-of-fact, and sometimes this Queen of Wands may be a little bit overly passionate, right? And I think the Emperor is missing that in their life and is amused by her. And she admires this Emperor a lot. Maybe even looks up to him. I prefer a vast majority of you guys, I feel like, I mean, look how inviting she is. She's like, she has her legs open, dude. What? Almost like waiting for the Emperor to make a move. But this Emperor is very professional, okay? Very professional, maybe a little bit old-fashioned. And I feel like this Queen of Wands is allowing this Emperor to revisit his or her passions again. Because look at him, he's covered in red. He's very passionate about her. I mean, red represents passion, desire, right? And this Queen of Wands with the color yellow, right? Representing the sun, representing the solar plexus, is taking in the level of self-mastery that this Emperor has. I mean, I'm telling you guys, I feel like this is a kind of like a romance blooming. I don't know if it's gonna last or not, but I do see a lot of ninth house energies coming through here. South node. Okay, let's get a little bit more info here. Don't let your past hold you back. For some of you guys, this could be somebody from you. This could even be a father figure that you might need to forgive. I'm not getting that intensely, but for some of you it could be a father figure, or if you're a father, this may be a daughter that you need to allow her to like expand her wings and fly, even if she is not following the moral codes or the set of guidelines that you have provided her or him, right? If this Queen of Wands is a guy, that could be it too. Allow them to be who they are. Allow them to express themselves as they are. If you are this Queen of Wands and this is your father, like a father figure, perhaps it is time for you to overcome needing their approval and overcome needing to follow their set of rules and their set of ways of doing things and do your own. Because we do not want to be stuck in South Node, right? South Node could allude to your past life, the way that you, what was significant and important to you in your past life, or this could mean in this particular lifetime, what was your, what was your way of thinking and your way of what you thought the right way of doing things is in your, growing up, right? This is like a completely new outlook in life, and these two individuals are helping each other achieve that. Tell me more about this Emperor. So we got the Three of Swords and the Strength. Okay. And then we got a lot of Leo energy here. We don't want to talk about signs, but okay. So this Emperor may be healing, going through a period of healing that perhaps this Queen of Wands is helping with, right? I mean, when we think of the Three of Swords is very extreme pain, right? It's a very harmful experience that takes time to heal, right? I mean, perhaps even closed off his heart. And perhaps this emperor has been cheated on, or has, you know, been in a myriad of failed relationships in the past, and decided to close off his heart, his or her heart, and focus on work, right? And with the Strength card here, I feel like whoever this woman is, or whoever this Queen of Wands is, whether it's a he or she, is showing a level of kindness and a level of affection that perhaps this emperor was missing, right? Perhaps he thought he didn't even need it, right? Perhaps he thought that that wasn't, because I feel like this emperor has been overly focused on money, overly focused on self-mastery, overly focused on, and there's nothing wrong with this, okay? This is good. Like, overly focused on work, overly focused on their lifelong goals. And they've achieved, this emperor has achieved a lot, right? But there was something that made this emperor cold, and made this emperor hard, right? Hard. Like a heart of stone. And this warmth from this Queen of Wands is almost like melting that harshness away from the emperor. It's very sweet. This is something, you guys, that you have done in many lifetimes. Look at the infinity symbol. You guys have played together many times. So there is a reunion coming back, and I feel like this both of these individuals are helping each other come back to themselves, right? Or forgive themselves and integrate themselves. What is this emperor doing for the Queen of Wands? There is a level of recognition here that is very beautiful, you guys. For a number of you, this emperor has a lot of desire for this Queen of Wands, is what I'm seeing. That they're really heartbroken though, this emperor. They've kind of patched up their heart, right? Like, they've done a level of healing. Like, at least they took the swords out and they kind of like put a bandage around their heart to stop the bleeding, right? But it's not fully healed. It is still wounded. And I feel like this Queen of Wands is blowing a sense of life back into this emperor. It's very sweet. What is this emperor doing? Tell me about this Queen of Wands. Okay, so we got the Seven of Swords reversed. Okay, so this Queen of Wands may have apologized, or may have like this redeeming factor towards this emperor. She may be a little bit explosive at times, but she also has a very rational side, right? And yeah, see, look, she's bringing him back to life, right? They're bringing each other back to life. Look, to a very stone cold individual. And here we have the Three Swords again, right? The Three Swords again. Three Swords. There could have been three very significant relationships this emperor has had in the past that were very significant and that were very harmful, right? They were very hard experiences for them. So they've kind of put love in the back burner, and there is a level of compassion that this queen, and an enthusiasm that this Queen of Wands is bringing into this emperor's life, that is very healing. It's almost like bringing somebody back to life. But this emperor is doing that for this Queen of Wands as well. I feel like this emperor is teaching this Queen of Wands how to temper their explosiveness, right? And how to address things in a more rational, right, and controlled way, right? And again, I see the philosophy. I mean, the King of Swords is very philosophical, is very communicative. I feel like there's something about an apology here. There's something about an apology, like there's a healing that's happening between these two individuals, and it has something to do with communication, right? Perhaps there's a, like the communication might be a little bit like there's, I feel like there's a level of intimacy, right, and honesty between these two that makes them evolve. Okay, so I mean, I don't know if there's going to be some, I feel like there might be something sexual between the two, but let's ask that. Should I just ask that? Is this a physical relationship, Spirit, or is this just a philosophical? Because I mean, I see the Sacral Chakra there, so look. Okay, King of Cups. Okay, I think it might be, yeah. Yeah. And then we have the Hermit reverse. So if you guys, I feel like for both individuals here have been in a very isolated and secluded journey, right? A journey of self, a journey of self-discovery, and this is like coming out of a period of isolation, right, with each other. For some of you guys, and again, I see the bearded man, right? There's somebody that's definitely older here. And to me, the King of Cups represents a lot of healing, right? Somebody who might be a doctor, somebody who might be a healer, an artist. A lot of emotions here, guys. Very pensive, right? Like very, very reflective. See, I feel like some of you guys might have lost that spark, right, with the Hermit in the reverse, and it's like there is going to be this. I feel like for most of you, this is a new person coming in. For a smaller group of you, I think it might be somebody that you might already know, that maybe you've been communicating with. It might be at a distance. And if they're not at a distance, you might travel with them. Okay, for others of you, you might travel together. Or you might meet, you might travel together, you might meet them while you're traveling, okay? I do see it as being it might start off as a sexual rendezvous for some of you guys, because there is a very intense sexual chemistry between the two of you. I don't think you guys could be able to resist each other. For others of you, I do feel, for others of you, it could be platonic, okay? But there is a lot of sexual chemistry between the two. And that sexual chemistry can be transmuted, right, and utilized into a project, right, into higher learning, into art, into a myriad of things that you could put that energy into. I see a lot of sensibility too with the King of Cups. A level of intimacy could be achieved here between the two. For some of you guys, yeah, I mean, let's see what the outcome is. This is really nice, you guys. What would be the outcome between these two? I wouldn't look too much further into it, guys, because I think this is just this partnership or this connection could simply be a ushering into a new step in your life, to a new exciting time in your life, where perhaps it's been dull, perhaps it's been blocked, right? Some of you guys have been actively manifesting a new connection like this, and it's coming through for you. Could be somebody who could live in a desert. So I see that with a lot of fire. Again, more fire, guys. Yes, somebody could live in a desert, or you could be traveling through the desert, maybe Egypt, I don't know. And then when we think of the Sphinx, you know, it's very much like the Strength card. Like, it's overcoming your lower, what is it, your It's like integrating the beauty and the beast, right? Integrating your higher self with your lower self. Oh my God, 10 of Cups, guys. 10 of Pence. 10 of Pentacles, what? Okay, for most of you, I was going to say that could be something short-lived and it's just an ushering of a new period in your life. But for some of you guys, this could go all the way. That's awesome. Congratulations. I mean, you guys could build together. And this is what happens when there is a, a true partnership, right? When there is no competition, when there's just two individuals who play off of each other's strength. When it's two individuals who brainstorm together and come up with very innovative ideas and protect each other and laugh and have fun while doing it, you create like this energetic force field around you that is impenetrable, that is indestructible. And you see again the lights going flickering, and that is this unstoppable force, right? That can take on, can take on the world. And I see you guys creating some type of legacy here. Wealth too, wealth, money in the bank, maybe even a family for some. I see a child, so that's amazing. For those of you that this is just platonic, you guys may be helping each other achieve this in each individual's life, right? Perhaps she or he is giving him or her a new push, right? A new inspiration, because she's an inspirational queen. This is the queen of inspiration, right? She's very magnetic. She's very she knows how to manifest. She's a manifester, right? She knows how to bring things into fruition, and he might be giving her a level of structure that she might have been missing in her life, right? And a level of mastery that maybe she or he needed to learn from the Emperor, right? For a smaller group of you, I mean, look at that. I mean, the Knight of Wands is action-packed hero, right? Like here I come, the Thundercats are go. That's what the Knight of Wands says. So I see this this burst of energy being pushed forward and very passionate. And again, we see the color orange, the color of the Sacral Chakra. I feel like this is gonna be bomb sex for a lot of you guys, but I feel like that initial sexual chemistry could lead to something long term, guys. And that is not going to be based so much on the sexual chemistry that you guys have, but more based on building a legacy together, building a foundation together, which is what we have here with the trees. Your own traditions, your own points of views, your own ideologies in life. That's what I'm seeing here for you guys in the next 3 to 6 months. For some of you, remember, the time is fluid. It could be a little bit more, right? This could already be happening as we speak, but you guys are going to be forming roots, right? And it's almost like you guys have are going to be embedding yourselves and encrypting yourselves in each other's psyche, right? With the Greco-Roman. And it's going to be like a bouncing off of each other's through philosophy, through higher learning, through perhaps a myriad of esoteric teachings. But both of you have to make sure that you do not let each other's pasts hold you back. I did see the Seven of Swords in the reverse for the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands, if you have a lot of trust issues, again, because of your past, perhaps past lovers, perhaps your home life, right? Your family dynamics, your family's generational ways of thinking that have been passed on to you, you're going to be that's going to be getting addressed, okay, in the near future. Now, perhaps this Emperor's helping you with that. Perhaps you're doing it on your own. And I feel like this Emperor's patience and groundedness will help those trust problems or trust issues subside, right? And with the Emperor, with the Three of Swords, right, with their past, with their heart of stone almost, right? The warmth of this Queen of Wands, the warmth and the enthusiasm and the passion that she brings to the table is really going to help mend those little wounds, that those little last wounds that still kind of remain present, right? Because one thing is putting a band-aid around them, and another thing is actually fully healing them. Because I mean, a lot of the times once a wound is poisoned, it never fully heals. But don't let the past hold you back. I feel like the North Node, your North Node, is in a pair, right? It comes in a partnership between these two individuals that are really going to propel each other to move forward at a fast pace. This is one of the fastest nights. After the Knight of Swords, this is the fastest night. And I feel like there's going to be a level of fun. If you guys, like, when we have fun doing something, guys, it is effortless, and success is inevitable. Inevitable. 10 of Pence. 10 of Pence. This is that maximum, like, this is happy home, this is money in the bank, this is a white fucking picket fence, whatever you want to call it, one of those. And I see it's almost like there's a hidden treasure for some of you guys. Let me get you an that's what I got for you. Okay, so the letters S, C, T, G, R, right? The number 2, those letters can be significant, right? They can mean something to you. They don't have to. The number 2 can be significant, right? The number of partnership. Give me a oracle card to have this pile underway. I hope this helps. I hope this is very beautiful. I'm happy for you guys. Oh my God, look, innocence. That's, dude, that's Sacral Chakra right there. That's inner child. Okay, straight up, there's a level of innocence and purity in this connection between these two that is going to be recaptured. And possibly this is already 2 older people. And I see you guys having fun. Okay, this could be somebody that maybe, for some of you guys, it could be somebody from your past returning back into your life. If not, this is for sure a past life partner that because with the 10 of Pentacles, this is, there could be an air of familiarity that you feel with this person, even though there might be an age difference. There might even be a cultural difference for some of you. That's not going to matter. Somebody here might be Greek, by the way. It doesn't have to be. There's an air of familiarity, right? There is a sincere bond that's going to be formed here, or that is being formed here. Somebody could be from Egypt, right? Somebody could be from the desert. There is a level of familiarity, right? And fraternity that comes from this. And both of these individuals help each other heal their inner child wounding. And can manifest amazing things in life through passion. Without passion, we don't get anything done, guys. Without passion, we don't manifest anything. There is no way you can manifest 10 of Pentacles if you do not have passion. Okay, that's what I got for you. Tetrahedron pile. If this, hit the like button for me if you can, please. Thank you very much. That would help my channel. Let me know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this, and love you very much. Take care. Okay, hello, welcome. Those of you that picked the 12-sided dice, Dado de 12. I think this is called the dodecahedron. I think. Don't come at me if I'm mistaken, guys. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. I think that's what it's called. Let's see what message the universe has for you at this time. You know, what's coming up. This could be something that you're going through right now. It could be something that you will be experiencing in the upcoming months. You know, it could be anywhere from 3 to 6 months. Or something that you are currently moving through at the moment, okay? But this is something that you might help you navigate through these experiences, okay? First, I'm going to pull a chakra card, which is going to give us the overall undertone of the reading, okay? I am looking at these chakra cards in a more psychological sense, right? More so than an energetic modality. I'm looking at it in a more psychological, the level of consciousness, or what is perhaps your what is governing your consciousness at the moment. Okay, and we got the root chakra came out reversed. Okay, the other pile was a pile 1 that came out with a reverse. Okay, there might be a block, okay, in your root chakra. What else do we have? We got Father. Okay. We got forgiveness. I like that. Okay, nice. What else? We got a new start is coming. New moon. I love that. New moon. And then a win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. Okay, well, Libra usually alludes this to the 7th house, right? The house of relationships. So this could be, you know, some of you guys could be married, and this could be alluding to, we have Father here, so you might, this could be alluding to your husband, or right, to your family, or you could be a father, right? And this could be alluding to your relationship with your family, right? If you, I feel like some of you guys are going to be a father soon, right? Because I mean, this to me looks like the black wound, right? That is, you know, ready to be impregnated, right? With the father seed, right? And then we have a win-win forecast. And when we think of win-win forecast, when I see the scales, I always think of give and take, right? In order for something to work out where everybody is on board, there has to be a level of, or in a willingness to give a little, receive a little, right? And get out of that mentality of my way or the highway. Because if everybody is doing my way or the highway, if nobody is willing to be flexible, that could pose blocks. And I mean, and I can't help but think with the base chakra, the root chakra in the reverse. So that, I mean, remember the root chakra alludes to our, first of all, it alludes to the I am, right? To the sense of self. But mostly it alludes to our material realm, right? And our relationship to the material realm, our comforts in life, our level of security, right? Our level of stability in life. And I feel like for some of you guys, you may be, okay, so I'm going to throw several scenarios out there. So some of you guys, if you're going to be a new father, right, or if you're already a father, you may be experiencing a lot of fear at the moment. A lot of fear of, am I able to provide for my family? Am I going to be able to protect them? Am I going to be able to take care of them, right? Some of you guys, maybe even women who are having to step into a more fatherly role for their family. Perhaps you're a single mother, whatever the case is, right? You whether you're a man or a woman or whatever's in between, you might right now be stuck in a very profound state of fear of, will there be enough? Can I protect my family? And if we think of like what we're currently going through in a collective, like what the world is going through right now, we're living kind of in a world of uncertainty. Ever since 2020, right? Ever since coronavirus came into play, we have collectively been drawn back into our base chakra and kind of been encapsulated in a state of fear and uncertainty. And this being stuck in a state of fear, right, for our safety can really put us in a very catatonic state of mind where we are too afraid to do anything, right? And our sense of self could really disintegrate, right? When we're where we don't trust anybody, we don't everybody, you're very closed off, and you're really afraid of, will there be enough, right? This could really very much put you in a state of lack mentality. For a group of you, I do see a reconciliation with a father. For some of you guys, I do see a for some of you guys that are in odds with a father figure, right? With either you're at odds with your own father, or your father, or you may be a father that is not speaking to their children at the time. You may be somebody that's older, then you might have had some type of altercation, some type of disagreement, right? I do see a opportunity for a new start, right? To wipe a clean slate and work your differences out with a father figure, and forgive. And this forgiveness is going to liberate both the father figure and the child, or whoever, there is going to be a union, right? A reunion, that's going to really liberate both parties in a very beautiful way. If you've been feeling like perhaps and I'm going into that one, scenario first, and then I'll go through the other scenarios, because I'm picking up on like 3 different scenarios there's a lot of you out there, and this is a general reading, so I'm going to try to be as vast as I can, and as open, right, as possible, because it's up to you to apply this message to whatever situation you are going through, right? If there is a father figure that perhaps some of you guys may hold a level of resentment and bitterness towards, perhaps this father figure didn't take responsibility, right? Root chakra reverse, didn't take responsibility of you, and you maybe grew up in a very unstable environment where you never knew where the next meal was going to come from, and you never knew, like maybe you moved a lot, right? Because you guys maybe you guys were constantly struggling to make ends meet, and it could have been for some of you that the father figure either moved away, abandoned you. For some of you guys, it may have been like a divorce, and the father figure didn't step up to the plate, and you were stuck taking care of the family by yourself. Others of you could be a father figure that passed away, right, and left you in a vortex of uncertainty of the future, right? If that is the case, if your father passed away, your father is watching over you, and they would like for you to forgive them. And through this forgiveness, know that your material needs will be provided for. You don't need to be afraid. For others of you, if their father is still alive, there will be a chance for a reconciliation, but this is going to take a lot of maturity on your end, and also on your father's end, to be with a win-win forecast, right? You have to be able to be open to see things from their perspective, to see things from not just your standpoint and your experience, but to take yourself out of your own shoes and step into your father's shoes and understand. Because here's the thing, when we're children, we have this tendency to put our parents in a pedestal, right? And we think when we're children, we think our parents are like these superheroes, right? That can't and won't do any wrong. And then we grow up and we understand that they're just human beings, right? With their own karmas, with their own set of challenges that they have to work through. And we realize that they don't really know what they're doing for the most part. And we understand that our parents did the best they could, or that this father did the best they could. And if they didn't do their best, try to understand them from the point of view that you have also fucked up in your life, right? You have also made mistakes. And one day you will also need forgiveness from someone. I guarantee you that. Forgive, because one day you will also need forgiveness. Mark my words, right? there is going to be a level of understanding that's going to come through here, and perhaps a conversation with a father figure is going to give you a lot of clarity and a lot of new perspectives that perhaps you never allowed yourself to dabble in, because you were seeing everything from your own standpoint, right? Or like, oh, poor me, like this happened to me because of this. If my father did this to me, my father did that to me, my father was irresponsible, my father didn't love me enough, my father left me. Be open to hear their point of view, because a lot of the times we only see it from our selfish point of view, right? Of like, oh well, that's what's my needs. What about my needs? And you, for some of you guys, you might be felt like your father favored a sibling over you. Whatever the case, it could be a myriad of things. I do see an opportunity for forgiveness here, and I do see an opportunity for a reconciliation with a father figure. Okay, and that forgiveness is going to, like I said, wipe wipe the slate clean, and it's almost like a new start will be coming in, and you're going to feel this weight lifted off your shoulders. For the vast majority of you, though, however, I feel like this has more to do with your own family and your own level of security, right? Like some of you guys may be feeling like the job that your work, right, is not providing the level of income that you need in order to support a family or in order to support your own self. Perhaps maybe some of you guys even were relying on a father figure to support you, and they might have cut you off, and now you're really afraid of like, holy shit, can I do this on my own, right? For others of you, you might be becoming a new dad, or you might be, or you are having a new baby coming into the family, a little bundle of joy. Some of you guys may even have twins. I don't know, let me know. And you are stuck in this level of fear of, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to provide. But keep in mind that there is always a way out. Confront your fears head on. This is telling me that with the full moon in Libra and the new start coming, have a little faith in the divine that you will have the means to provide, okay? You are safe. Let's see what else comes through here for you. For some of you, this is calling, oh my God, look what fell on my lap, the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, this is about a give and give, guys. If you are a husband and a wife with children, do not put all the responsibility on the husband and expect them to do everything. And make sure that you are pitching in too. If it's the other way around, if it's the husband, make sure that you're helping out your wife out with the children, and make sure that you guys are a united front. It's about give and take. It is about giving back, right? Let's see what else comes through here. For some of you, if you're starting a new partnership with someone, some of you guys may be taking a relationship to a next level. Make sure that that you've worked out your whatever patterns from your childhood that might have that might pose some type of block for you in the future. Perhaps you were never taught how to be responsible. You were never taught how to manage your finances, right? And you might be trying to trying to start your family on your own, and you don't know how to manage your finances. You don't know how to run a house. Try to learn some of those. Try perhaps some advice from a father figure might help you with that, right? Let's see. Remember that fear only brings fear. If you are afraid of doing something, guys, that is a pretty good indication that you should do it. And then once you actually do it, you'll realize that there was no need to be afraid at all. That, it was mostly in your mind that it was afraid. Some of you guys want to set up some type of life insurance for your children. Some of you guys may be feeling like you need to change careers. in order to leave a legacy for your kids. Look, we got the moon. Again, fear. Fear of the unknown. Oh, okay, so we have like the big bad unknown right ahead of us. And I get it, bro. I get it. I'm with you. I mean, a lot of the times the big bad unknown, right? The abyss. We're so afraid of jumping into the unknown, jumping into the abyss that of what could be, right? Of the big bad. I don't know what, right? Sometimes we want to stay stuck in a comfort area, in a comfort zone, because we know what that brings, right? The moon can allude to self-deception. It could allude to, see, this is straight up, like, some of you guys may be feeling a little erratic, right? A little erratic and a little moody, a little afraid to step through that threshold, right? Into this new chapter of your life. But it is, understand that the moon represents self-deceptive energies, right? Like allowing our own mind to create these scenarios that aren't really there, right? Or we can take one little thing and make this into something so much bigger than what it really is. And then when we actually confront it, we're like, oh shit, it wasn't that bad. You know, it wasn't that scary. Page of Swords. Okay, so again, we got communication. Some of you, I do believe that some of you guys, there is a level of shadow work that needs to be done here, alluding to your childhood, alluding to, because the Page of Swords to me, it's a kid that kind of, a troubled kid, right? A troubled kid, a kid that maybe had to raise themselves, right? And figure life out on their own. Perhaps you were under not a lot of supervision, and you had to rely on your ingenuity and cleverness to get by in the world. This could also represent your own child, right? And your child may be facing some challenges, maybe in school, maybe in you may feel like your child is being really irresponsible, or like they may be having trouble learning. So I'm hearing ADD. Maybe some of your kids may have ADD, and you're very afraid of whether they're going to overcome it. I mean, remember that ADD is very common, guys. And it could even be autism for some of you guys. Remember that is not uncommon in these days, and there's a lot of support that you can get. There's a lot of therapy that is offered, and as a parent, it is your job and your duty to accept the reality of it, right, and make a plan. What's going to help you overcome this fear is make a plan that, because I feel like you're very lost in frantic and erratic fear of your safety, and you might end up projecting it onto the people around you. Okay, and I understand. I get like this sometimes too. Try to find the root of this fear, guys. Dig deep into your childhood and understand, find where the core of this fear is coming from. Okay. That way, once you understand where this fear is coming from and from your own experience and your own point of view, you can do something about it. You can address it. For a lot of you guys, it's fear of the unknown. But here's the good news, guys. The Page of Swords is somebody that knows how to pick out, right? Like, the Page of Swords knows how to analyze a situation very detailed, in a very detailed way, in a very analytical way. You have the ability here. This is telling me here that you have the tools to find and connect, right? Look at the details of a situation and analyze it to find the best possible outcome, the best possible plan. It is calling for you to overcome your irrational mind, right? Your irrational emotionality, and hone that into a more rational, analytical, problem-solving energy to figure out a plan, right? That a plan that is going to be working out for everyone involved, a win-win situation, right? Because it's not just about you, it's about a whole group of you, or a relation. It could be you and one other person. It could be you and your dad, for example, your dad and you and your kid. It could be you and an entire family. It could be you with a husband, wife, whatever. And tackle each challenge one at a time. One thing at a time. You know what I really like to do? And this is something that I've gotten with age. I like to do lists. You know, I'm one of those. If I don't do lists, guys, because I'm too, like, I get lost in the void a lot, and I get lost in my thoughts. I'm a very contemplative person, so I'm always like I forget things. So making lists is very helpful for me, because then I have the tendency to get really overwhelmed with, like, everyday life. Like, even my mail, like when my mail piles up, I get anxiety to open it. Seriously. So what I've taught myself to do, and I could be a little disorganized too. So what I've taught myself to do is, first of all, I've learned how to use a planner in my phone, my calendar, and that's helped me a lot, because I forget. I used to forget appointments. I used to, I'm kind of disorganized like that, and making lists has really helped me too. If you have a myriad of challenges ahead of you that have to do with your everyday life, right, and you feel like it's all piling up on you, and you have a child, right, that depends on you, and you're afraid, make a list and tackle one thing at a time. One thing at a time, as opposed to just becoming frozen in a state of catatonic fear, right? Because it's saying here that you have the tools, but it's going to require you work with another person. It could be, like I said, maybe you need to help. You need the help of your father, for example, or it doesn't have to be a father, guys. You might need to work as a team with another person, like a give and take, right? It could be father-son, father-daughter. It could be, some of you women out there might be needing to be in the position of a father as well as a mother, or you know what I mean? And you might be really good at the mother part, but then the father part might be really challenging for you. So you might need to hone down on the mothering thing, right? And breathe and make a list. One thing at a time. Forgiving a father figure will be very beneficial for you guys. A reconciliation with a father figure. Because when we hold on to a resentment, it kind of rots us from the inside, guys, eventually. And it really creates a block in our creativity. It keeps us stuck in animal mentality. Some of you guys need to learn how to address your addictions to sensorial pleasure. This is a very specific message for someone. Like, perhaps you've been living a life where instant gratification has been like your more motivational, and a lot of the times we do that in order to avoid facing our fears, right? And to avoid facing our childhood blocks. What we do is, instead of address our inner woundings, we mask them with pleasure, whether it be sex, whether it be overeating, whether it be gambling, I don't know, drinking, drugs. And it might mask it for a moment, but then the pain comes back. And then what? We have to mask it again, and mask it again, and mask it again, and it'll never stop, and it'll go away. The only way it'll stop is if you face that fear head on and analyze it and find the root. Okay? Because, I mean, I do see the Wheel of Fortune. Is the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse? Okay, it's in the upright. Well, it came out of the reverse. It's supposed to be in the upright, but I'm going to honor it in the reverse. Just as a warning. Not a warning, because I don't like that word warning. As a something to think about. You've been going around in the same cycle over and over and over and over. Like perhaps you go one step forward and you do 10 back. And then you do 3 steps forwards and then another 6 back. And you feel like you can never get ahead, right? And our perspective needs to be changed here, guys. Because when we are stuck in fear mentality, it's almost like we're stuck in an animalistic survival mode of apparatus, and it's going to put you at odds with everyone around you, as opposed to in harmony with everybody around you. Because there is a big message here about needing to work in partnerships, right? Whether and forgiveness is a big step in that. This is a huge karmic lesson for someone here. Okay, whoever you are that picked this pile. And the good news is that the wheel is turning. Like I said, it is supposed to be in the upright. Okay, so there is a new cycle starting for you, right? We have a new start coming, right? New start is coming. So you are going to be starting a new cycle, a new timeline, which is fabulous. And this new timeline is going to come with your ability to forgive a father figure, your father. Forgive your father, or forgiving your kids, and deciding to move out of fear and actually take actions, take control back of your life. Stop being frozen and petrified by fear. And one little, like, here's the funny part, is that when we're stuck in fear-based mentality, just taking one little step, something simple, something that you clean your house, for example, or make that appointment that you've been putting off. Once you take one step in that list of things to do to get yourself on track, once you get that one foot out, you'll get some momentum, and you'll start going and going and going, and the wheel will turn and turn and turn. And you're going, like I said, you're going to be stepping into a completely new timeline, a very exciting timeline, guys. There's a huge karmic lesson that you're needing to learn and overcome here. But with starting a new timeline, again, this is stepping into the unknown, right? Because at least this old timeline, you're used to that one. You know what to expect, even if it was incredibly toxic, even if it was incredibly harmful. You knew what to expect there, right? The fear of the unknown. This is a recurring theme I see for this pile. The fear of what's next, right? And a new timeline, a new level in your life is going to. I feel like you're going from root chakra to sacral. Look, sacral orange. Anyways, it's like you're overcoming. You see the base chakras is behind you, and you're going to be coming up top. But it's going to require that you keep taking one step forward and one step forward and one step forward. The moment that you second guess yourself, the moment that you need, it's almost like you need to gain momentum. And a lot of the times when we don't know which direction to take, and we're so afraid to make the wrong choice, right? We're so afraid to make the wrong move. Because what if that move costs me my whole life, or costs me my family, or costs me my house, or costs me, whatever. Just take a step. Whatever, don't think about it too much. Make a little list. Pick one of those things in the list and make that one step. I guarantee you that one step is exactly what's going to put you on the path that you need to be on. And then you trust that you will know what to do. Trust that you will know what to do. Everything that's revealed to you. Be very open to work with other people, even if their ideas, even if their opinions are very different from yours. You can always take from them. You can always learn from them, and them from you too. Try to be open to bounce ideas off of others. and be receptive to those ideas and those don't be too prideful to ask for guidance, right, from friends and family, from a father figure, right? I see the Wheel of Fortune. This is really good for you guys. You're going to be okay. You're going to be moving out of fear. A lot of the times, okay, when I see that Page of Swords, I also think of social media, right? I think of the media, right? I think about communication. Be very aware. This is a very strong message that I just got, a download that I just got. Be very aware of what you're entertaining on the media. And I can relate to that because it's something that happens to me. Like when I spend too much time, for example, on Facebook, or when I spend too much time on like scrolling through the news. There you get bombarded with all this information, right? And some of it is such contradicting information that's out there. We don't really know what to believe anymore. And when we bombard ourselves with information that is so contradicting, we don't really know what to believe, what is true and what is not true. Shut it off. Like if you've been spending a lot of time on social media and it's been creating a level of confusion and a level of fear of what's to come, if you're busy, I call it listening to scary stories, because that's what the media sells us, right? It's big scary stories, and that makes us feel unsafe, and what's to come, and this is. Shut it off. Shut it off. I'm hearing that strongly for someone here, okay? Shut it off. Use your own discernment. This is where spirituality is important. Use your intuition, right? And use your inner gnosis. This is where spirituality is important, because spirituality helps us discern. That is what the third eye is for. It's not really, yes, it could come with, with visions or psychic ability, but the real psychic ability that we get from exercising the third eye is ability to discern what is true and what is not true. And I feel like a lot of you guys maybe have been entertaining a lot of fear-based propaganda that is just making you cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And I get it. I've been here. I'm taking a message from this too, myself, me, Nadi. Okay? I resonate with this. One step at a time. One step at a time. Wheel of Fortune. I mean, you will know what to do. Sorry. If you've been at odds with family members, if you've been at odds with someone in specific, for most of you it's like a father figure, reflect on your relationship with that person and try to look at things from their eyes. I know that's hard to do, but try and understand their experiences in life. Try to understand how their karmas have affected their way of thinking, and try to see the world through their eyes. Okay, you might completely not agree with them, but at least it'll give you a level of understanding of why and how things happen, right? And I have to be really clear, like if this is a father figure or a son or daughter that is very toxic for you, forgiving somebody, and I'm going to say, be really clear, forgiving somebody does not mean you have to take them back. Okay? I'm going to repeat that. Forgiving somebody does not mean you have to have that person in your life, does not mean that person needs to have any influence in your life. It doesn't mean that they have, if you feel that this person drags you down, if you feel that this person puts you in a state of fear or whatever it is, forgiving somebody does not mean you need to have them in your life. If you feel that this person is not a positive influence to propel you forward, you can forgive them so that you can release, but you can forgive and not, you can forgive and even love somebody from afar. I do that all the time, sometimes a little, but forgiveness is very important here, guys, for your own ability to move out of a base chakra mentality, okay? And for you to be able to refocus on your own stability and your own, if somebody comes in, there's somebody in your life that is very erratic and very, this kind of like, it puts you in this vortex of crazy. Maybe somebody that's very impulsive, right, and very explosive, and emotionally up and down and left and right, and they kind of like suck you into that vortex of crazy, and you're very resentful because perhaps they've kept you down. You can forgive them because understand that they're coming from a place of hurt, right? A place of pain, a place of being lost, a place of complete instability, right? You can forgive them because one day you will also need forgiveness, because one day you will also fuck up and you will also need forgiveness from someone else, because none of us are perfect. But forgiving somebody does not mean that you need to have them in your life, especially if they keep you stuck in old patterns, especially if they are influencing this new start in your life, okay? But for most of you, I think that this is a nice reconciliation with a father figure. Like, I feel like you're going to understand something that you couldn't understand before. That shows a great level of maturity, guys. Congratulations. What is this Wheel of Fortune? Queen of Swords. You're understanding, I see. Queen of Swords, guys. Yes, I love that. The Queen of Swords is so discerning and rational and fair. You're taking all these harsh experiences in life, and you're using them as fuel, right? As fuel. Like, some of you guys are really overcoming some very, very harsh environments, okay? I get it, okay? Perhaps you might have even been in an abusive, relationship with your family, but whatever the case is, some of you guys are using all that fear, right? All that anger, all that, and you're gonna transmit, and you're gonna use it as fuel, right? That's what she does, as fuel to transmute that energy, transmute all that fear, and use it as gas, right? As gasoline to push you forward into this new timeline. And it's going to happen because you're going to be understanding something you didn't understand before. You're going to be able to discern, guys, but this is going to require you guys to really dig into your own fears. Okay, really dig in and find out what those fears are. Be open to take advice from somebody that's experienced here, and be open to forgive those who you need to forgive so you can leave it behind. And anything that is causing you confusion, anything that's causing you like this smoky mirrors of uncertainty, of the unknown, turn it off. Make a little list. Okay, this is what, make a little plan, and then execute that plan one little step at a time. And if one day you missed out on the plan and you couldn't follow through, that's okay. Pick up exactly where you left off and keep going, and it will become easier and easier and easier and easier. And you will realize in no time that all those fears that you had that had you stuck in this, I don't know if I can do it, I don't know if I have enough, you're going to realize that most of those were just in your mind, right? Most of them were just blocks that perhaps you brought in from your childhood that you haven't resolved yet. Okay? Yeah, I hope this helps. Congratulations to those of you who are going to be dads. Congratulations to those of you who are mothers in the role of a dad. You can do it. You're going to do it. The new timeline. This is absolutely the Wheel of Fortune. This is the world rewarding you for overcoming a fear, for confronting a fear, and for being able to move forward. Let me let you go with a oracle card. Hey honey, I'm almost done here. Yeah, I'm on my last reading. My daughter said. Okay. That one wanted to come out, but it didn't. Okay, sorry. Give me a oracle card too for this pile. Shadow self. What was I saying, guys? Oh, shadow work, right? This is the same thing I see here. Crossing that threshold, confronting that fear. Again, here. The big bad unknown, right? You're gonna be fine. Address it. Do not, if you've been masking it with instant gratification, right, with sensorial pleasures, with, you know, drugs, alcohol, whatever, you know, sex, know that those fears are not going to go away. You're just masking them. You're going to be greatly rewarded, guys, if you confront your fears head on. Okay? Shadow self. Integration of the shadow is required here. Do some reviews on your childhood. Some of you guys really need to forgive a father figure here, and that is really going to help you move forward. I love you all very much. I hope this resonates. Leave me a comment, like, share, subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Thank you so much for being here. Bye.